Southpaw Talk with Southpaw Slick. And today's video is going to be based on a question that I got from one of my female Instagram followers. And the question that she asked me was, why do so many men think that Russell Wilson is a simp? And she was saying, like, when she looks at Russell Wilson, all she sees is a good, God-fearing man that loves his wife, his kids, and likes taking care of his family, right? That's what she sees. Now, I'm glad that this question came from a woman because this is going to make this topic a lot easier to talk about. You know, this has been a hot topic for a few years now. It always pops up some way, somehow. Why? Because it's literally the nice guy, bad boy dichotomy being delineated in front of our faces. And you're seeing the reaction that both men and women have towards it. It is absolutely great. I love it. But anyway, to answer your question, why do men think Russell Wilson is a simp? For one, Russell Wilson chose to wife up Ciara after having a child with Future, a guy who's notorious for impregnating women and dogging them out. If I'm not mistaken, when Ciara got with him, he already had like 3 or 4 baby mothers and a bad reputation at that. Yet you still chose to get into a relationship with him and have a child with him out of wedlock. The reason I'm saying this is because we're going to get to it. Right? He sold you a dream and you bought it. And you had to deal with the bullshit afterwards. Now, women are saying in Ciara's case that she's doing her baby mother sentence. What is the baby mother sentence? That's the 18 years you have to deal with your child's father or children's fathers, depending, right? In this case, it's only one guy. Fine. Future, he's the archetypal representation of what a bad boy is, right? He's a guy who sticks and moves with a lot of women. He promotes debauchery. He has that hood thug appeal, that stick talk. You know what I mean? Like, if she catch me cheating, I'ma never tell her sorry. If she catch me cheating, I'ma never tell her sorry. That's what I'm saying. He just has that image, and it's like genuine. I wouldn't say Future is like a thuggish kind of guy, but he's definitely a little bit more street savvy than Russell Wilson is, right? So that's your baby father. And Russell Wilson came in to bail you out of your situation. The second reason why a lot of guys look at Russell Wilson as a simp, which is why I said the wedlock thing, is because he chose to wait till marriage to be sexually intimate with Ciara, whereas Future got that pretty much right away. Or he didn't have to wait nearly as long to get it. Right? Those are the two main reasons why most people look at Russell Wilson as a simp. Now, another thing, even though I don't necessarily agree with it 100%, but Russell Wilson is a cornball. He's a square. According to Channing Crowder, that's the last person I could think of that has said it recently. And also, probably the most known one is Slim Thug. And according to them, they don't believe that Ciara can go from a guy like Future to a Russell Wilson genuinely. That she genuinely likes him. And I know where they're coming from. Because when you think about it, when women have a type, when they have certain prerequisites, the guy has to match it some way, somehow. He has to be dark skinned. He has to be 6 feet and above. He has to have a 9-inch penis. He has to make 6, 7 figures, no matter what. No compromising, no negotiables, all non-negotiables. Now, when I say I don't necessarily believe that per se, but I also see where you guys are coming from, that is true to an extent, right? It's like a lot of guys, just in general, excluding just Ciara, just in general, they think women can only like one kind of guy, that they don't have a variety of men that they're attracted to. You know, like he has to be this and that. And for the most part, yes, but they will compromise a little bit. Let's say she likes a guy with an athletic build. Okay, yeah, this dude, he has more of like a dad bod, but I can deal because he has everything else I'm looking for. So I can rock with this guy. And you've seen women with different kinds of guys. You've seen women that date a dude like Michael B. Jordan and then can go to a guy like Rick Ross, pre-weight loss. That's why I'm saying it does happen. And there's genuine attraction. There's women, actually women say they like the older Rick Ross. All right, but I'm getting off a topic, right? But that's what they say, right? Is she can't genuinely like Russell Wilson as much as she did Future. Now, I do believe that because when I look at certain photos of Ciara with both of them, when she's with Future, she's like bright, like the fucking Human Torch. She has like a genuine big smile. You know, when they're in close proximity to one another, she's leaning into him. And you know that's a telltale sign that a woman really likes you when she tries to get even closer to you than she already is. You know what I mean? She looks genuinely happy with Future. When you see pictures of her with Russell Wilson, it looks very staged. It looks very staged. Like, yeah, she's cracking a smile, but it's just for the camera. Yeah, Russell Wilson, he's next to her. Even if he has his arm around her, she ain't really leaning into him like that, like she does in the pictures she has with Future. It comes across as she doesn't genuinely like him. Yeah, she might have love for him, but that's just because he was willing to deal with her post-Future and post-child. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just rocking with this dude just because. You know, it doesn't come across as genuine. And that's one thing, actually, that the red pillars and black pillars can actually agree on. And one thing I can say, the black pillars are actually right for once. Looks, money, status. According to most women, Russell Wilson is a fairly attractive guy. He's a very attractive guy, right? To them, right? He has like a certain look. He has the quote unquote good hair. He has a muscular, nice build, you know what I mean? So they find him physically attractive. He has the money and status because of his career in the NFL. And I guess in conjunction to that, being with Ciara. It was like Ciara kind of helped make him look a little bit cooler to some women in particular. Not dudes too much. Not dudes too much. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like with Russell Wilson, he comes across as that guy that's like an orbiter. Like Ciara represents the girl in high school that he couldn't get, that he's able to get now, but after the fact. Russell Wilson is a clean-cut, wholesome, God-fearing man. Yes, I agree with you on that. That's why I said he's not like, I don't consider him a cornball, but I understand why some guys do. To me, the only thing that makes him corny is wifing up Ciara. That's the only thing that makes him corny. But him as a person, he's a good role model for, outside of being an athlete, he's actually a good role model, a good image for black boys in particular. The same way I look at Barack Obama. Yes, I'm not the biggest fan of him as a president, but as a black man, he's mixed. He's black. He gets pulled over, he's black. He's married to a black woman, he has black children, he did his black part. Continuing. He's a clean-cut, wholesome, intelligent black man. And he's a good image for black boys to look up to. I can give him that. right? But I'm saying, but a lot of guys, they just see him corny because I can't admit he is kind of bland. You know, he's not very charismatic. Um, he doesn't have the best fashion sense. He comes across as more like reserved, you know, like not really the life of the party. You know, he is kind of boring. He is kind of boring. So it's like you don't believe that a woman like Ciara can find him attractive, especially somebody like Future, who's like, you know, he's like this guy with a lot of energy and swagged up. You know what I mean? Yeah, he be on lean and all that other shit, even though he says he's not. I'm saying it's like he's just more vibrant in comparison, along with the fact that he has a more like thuggish image and the dreads and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it is kind of hard to believe you can go from that to that. Now, when you're looking at Ciara's track record, a lot of guys bring up Future and 50 Cent in particular. Yes, she was linked to Lil Bow Wow, but Lil Bow Wow was corny. Actually, he's cornier as an adult than he was as a kid. As a kid, he was actually kind of cool. He got corny when he got older. And I'll say he's cornier than Russell Wilson, to be honest, at least to me. And Trey Songz. Yes, Trey Songz is not a hood guy, but he got a little bit of hood in him, especially if you was following him before he really blew up. He got a little bit of, you know, a little bit of hood in him, right? But it's 50 Cent and Future that a lot of dudes reference when it comes to Ciara's track record. So she been around a little bit. She got a kid with a piece of shit guy that already has a whole bunch of baby moms and a bad reputation. Another thing that comes up now, especially in recent memory, both men and women call her out on it, is all of this thirst trapping that she has been doing. You know, like all the twerking and having your ass all out on the gram. I was like, okay, I get it. You're Ciara. You know, you're known for that. Dancing, twerking, singing, fine, whatever. But you also have to look at it now that you're Russell Wilson's wife, right? Russell Wilson is a clean-cut, wholesome, God-fearing man, and you're supposed to be his female counterpart to that. Now that you're his wife, when both of you guys are not with each other, you're representing one another. When Russell Wilson is doing his thing out and about, he's representing you, and you're supposed to do the same. That's one reason why Megan Good and her ex-husband's marriage failed, because she still wanted to be Megan Good, the Hollywood star, which she is, right? But her husband was a pastor, a minister. He's a God, a man of God. That's what you were supposed to reflect to the world or project to the world. My bad. That's what I'm saying. That's what she was supposed to be. Like I said, I want to talk about this way more. But break is pretty much done. So, Southpaw Slick, I'm out.